today. From U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, this is Madden Football on EA Sports. Minnesota Vikings taking on Daniel Jones and the New York Giants.
Now we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the New York Giants and the Minnesota Vikings. Kicker Kadarius set to put his foot into this one. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. Taken at the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Minnesota's offense and QB Kirk Cousins set to go here.
Not bad for a fourth-round draft pick. Well over 100 career starts now. And the chemistry with his top targets, really on point. They spend a lot of time in practice and after practice making sure the routes are run well, and he knows exactly where they're going to be on the field. And when they get open, he delivers.
They start the drive with Cook, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Cook again. He'll be hit down at the 33. 5 yards on the play.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Didn't get it by much, but bottom line got the first down. Avoiding that 3 and out. How vital is that on the first drive?
To me, it's like the first round of a boxing match. You know, it may not mean much right then and there, but you'd rather not lose it, right? So you want to go ahead and get it, kind of establish something early, and hope it can carry through.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They run the counter with Cook. Dances by him. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 7 yards there and a first down.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
Cousins' throw taken in by Hockenson here. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. Usually see those guys out wide get called for holding on running plays. Here, a passing play.
Yeah, sometimes when you get this quick screen, bubble screen, anything where they're having to block for their fellow receiver, usually at the point of attack, and this time he got caught.
They'll try to throw now. Cousins. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. So after several rushes to start the game, Charles, they go to the air there and get a nice completion.
Nice mix-up on the play calling, right? Establish the running game, make the defense think you're going to do it again, and then hit them over the top. Now you've got them betwixt and between. They don't know which way you're going to come at them.
Cousins now to throw on first down. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. On second down, Cook. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on third down. Here's Cousins. Setting up the screen for Cook. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
And as you're game planning as a staff, you go through all the different ways you can neutralize the other guy's pass rushers. Extra linemen, leave a tight end in, bring the running backs back in to block. Or you can do this, a little simple screen pass, and it works to perfection.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, first and goal. They'll run with Cook. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
Dalvin Cook so good in the open field, but he's equally good down here near the goal line. He can find those seams and just push his way through. So he might get another chance or two to punch this one in.
From the 2 now, second and goal. They try again with Cook. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Cousins. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Dexter Lawrence able to bust free and get to the quarterback. No score after 1 on EA Sports. And the first play will be a field goal try. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. Joseph's got it. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
Joseph now to kick this one away. Taking it about the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The former number 6 overall pick of 2019, Daniel Jones, trots out to lead this New York Giants offense.
And the first possession isn't until the second quarter, but what's nice about it, it's only down 3. So what you sell your team on is, look, 1 possession, 1 drive, we put it in the end zone. We're in the lead in this game. Let's go, guys.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jones. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't. But he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Jones. Yeah, he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. And the Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Cousins to throw it. To the right side and complete to Jefferson. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. They go play action. Cousins rolling to his left. And complete right side to Cook. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers, he's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Off the play fake, Cousins. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Kayvon Thibodeaux, he beat the O-line and recorded the sack. Well, he shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position. And even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly, because as fast as he got into the backfield, you're exactly right. The running back had no shot to get over and try and protect his quarterback, and a sack resulted.
So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
On 3rd down, you'll give them that. You just want to make sure that you play the first down line. They were able to get him down and force the punt.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright. Waiting on it will be Richie James. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. So the Giants getting the football back here for their 2nd drive. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Throwing Jones. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here, 1st and 10.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the Vikings are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. They'll have good field position at midfield following the turnover as they start with the 1st down here. Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Following the interception, Cousins. Dancing, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Buried behind the line by Azeez Ojulari. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the 1st down sack. Cousins, right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
3rd down, Dalvin Cook. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And here's Ryan Wright now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Giants' drive will start from deep in their territory with a 1st and 10. The Giants now going to take over late in this first half. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. Clock rolling as the Giants will hurry to the line. Now Jones. A final shot before break.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big third down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've reached halftime. All we have to show for the first half, a lone field goal. 3-0 our score. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome everyone to our brand new studios here in downtown Orlando in the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one's been all about the defense. Just a lone field goal in that first half. And as a result, not too much available in terms of highlights. But that's okay. We've got a full half to go. And to bring it your way, let's get back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. Fields it right around the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Giants about set to go to begin this third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half. We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. To throw again, Jones. That's complete to Slayton. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Jones, off play action. On the move to his left. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
Here's Jamie Gillen down as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. Throwing, Cousins. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it's second down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
2nd and 7, operating from the 34. Cousins now. And he's got this to Jefferson. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
On play action, Cousins. Another one on this play for Justin Jefferson. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. To throw is Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. And they're going to move it down inside the 25. From the 24, Cousins got his man complete over the middle. That's Osborne. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have them fooled.
They'll throw again. Cousins. This will be caught just inside the 10. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical. They've been crisp. And as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal. To throw, Cousins. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Throwing is Cousins. And it's caught. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that will lead to a 3rd and goal.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go.
And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. T.J. Hawkinson from 4 yards out. And they're able to add on to their advantage. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Greg Joseph on for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it was T.J. Hawkinson who finished the drive with a touchdown reception. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The possession switching back to the New York Giants. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. This one to Slayton over the middle. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's James. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive. And they're off to a fast start here.
Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones has this complete to Daniel Bellinger. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. So a holding penalty, and that'll send them backwards.
You know, they're trying not to do that. I mean, we know that, right? We talk to them all the time. But sometimes the defensive guys just put you in awkward situations, and you get caught grabbing their jerseys.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Looking to throw. Jones. And his throw here is incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. Nice move at the 40. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Now that gets back some of what they needed, but they're still stuck here with a 3rd and 13.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on 1st down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Desperation time now. Here's Jones. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the Vikings are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Well, I guess an interception at this point on fourth down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over to the other side. Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he can do there. And he winds up giving the ball away. And now out comes Minnesota. They have to like the position that they are in. Fourth quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 46. He'll start by handing it off to Dalvin Cook. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Got to figure now after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right? This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game. From just shy of midfield, Cousins. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Kayvon Thibodeaux picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. They'll drop to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down. And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the 1st down. And here's Ryan Wright now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line. And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent. And New York set to take the field. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost. Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. 1st down. Well, so much for being backed up against their goal line to start the drive. He gave some breathing room and then some. I think the defense really got caught thinking safety, trying to stack the line of scrimmage. And oftentimes, if you can get past the initial grouping, there's a lot of room to run. The defense actually fortunate that didn't go farther. And now they have a little more space to maneuver from the 15, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. Throw left side complete. That's James. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Back to throw. Jones. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Throwing deep for Galladay. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Giants go on 4th, but come up empty. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game, but boy, not getting that when that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Cook. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. The Vikings on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 4. 3rd down, here's a run by Cook. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And the Vikings are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. They'll run for it with Cook. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Dalvin Cook taking it in from a yard out. And the Vikings are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Joseph on for the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook. Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. So already not the best of kick returns there, but that penalty, that adds insult to injury and backs him up even closer to the goal line. Yeah, not ideal field position to begin a drive, is it? Because the extra pressure now goes on the offense. They've got to get some early yards and get away from the shadow of their own goalposts. What every offense wants to do in this situation, get 2 first downs to help out with field position at the least. Jones has just thrown his 3rd interception. Picked up by Harrison Smith. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. But just add that to the list of great moments for this defense today. They've really shredded that game plan on the other side all 4 quarters. And, Charles, that pick 6, that's kind of the cherry on top. Yeah, they did it, and I feel like I'm quoting a bad movie line, but they did it together, didn't they? Fed off of each other, every big play they made, every tackle, every pick, everything they've done. They continually built energy in this one, and how about them culminating with a pick 6? Joseph now to have the PAT. And the lead is now 24. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. And now out come the Giants. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Jones, another shot here after the pick six. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. How about one last great play defensively, and that should, for all intents and purposes, finish off this shutout.
That's as good a defensive performance as we've seen in a long, long time. And I know as a team they will celebrate, but I will guarantee you the defensive guys, they'll get together somewhere and have their own private celebration. A shutout, that's something to be cherished.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. 50 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. They run it again with Cook. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Victory formation time for the Vikings as they'll take a knee here. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field. So you got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Vikings as we say so long from Minneapolis.